In the beginning of years, when the world was so new and all, and the animals were just beginning to work for man, there was a camel, and he lived in the middle of a howling desert because he did not want to work, and besides, he was a howler himself. So he ate sticks and thorns and tamarisks and milkweed and prickles, most excruciating idle. And when anybody spoke to him, he said, "Humphy," just Humphy, and no more. Presently, the horse came to him on Monday morning with a saddle on his back and a bit in his mouth, and said, "Camel, camel, come out and trot like the rest of us." "Humph," said the camel, and the horse went away and told the man. Presently the dog came to him with stip in his mouth and said, "Camel, camel, come and fetch and carry like the rest of us." "Humph," said the camel, and the dog went away and told the man. Presently the ox came to him with the yoke on his neck and said, "Camel, O camel, come and plow like the rest of us." "Humph," said the camel, and the ox went away and told the man. At the end of the day, the man called the horse and the dog and the ox together and said, 303, I'm very sorry for you, but that Humph thing in the desert can't work, or he would have been here now. So I am going to leave him alone, and you must work double time to make up for it." That made the three very angry, and they held a palaver and an indaba and a panchayat and a powwow on the edge of the desert, and the camel came chewing on milkweed most excruciatingly idle, and laughed at them. Then he said, "Humph," and went away again. Presently there came along the Jinn in charge of all desert, rolling in a cloud of dust. Jinns always travel that way because it is magic, and he stopped to palaver and pow-pow with the three. "Jinn of all deserts," said the horse, "is it right for anyone to be idle with the world so new and all?" "Certainly not," said the Jinn. "Well," said the horse, "there's a thing in the middle of your howling desert with a long neck and long legs, and he hasn't done a stroke of work since Monday morning. He won't trot." "Whew," said the Jinn, whistling, "that's my camel for all the gold in Arabia." "What does he say about it?" "They says, 'Humph,'" said the dog, "and he won't fetch and carry." "Does he say anything else?" "Only 'Humph,' and he won't plow," said the ox. "Very good," said the Jinn. "I'll hump him if you will kindly wait a minute." The Jinn rolled himself up in his dust cloak and took a bearing across the desert, and found the camel most excruciatingly idle, looking at his own reflection in a pool of water. "You've given the three extra work ever since Monday morning, all on account of your excruciating idleness," said the Jinn, and he went on thinking magics with his chin in his hand. "Humph," said the camel. "I shouldn't say that again if I were you," said the Jinn. "You might say it once too often." "Bubbles, I want you to work." And the camel said, "Humph," again. But no sooner had he said it than he saw his back that he was so proud of, puffing up into a great big lolloping humps. "Do you see that?" said Jin. "That is your very own hump that you've brought upon your very own self by not working. Today is Thursday, and you've done no work since Monday when the work began. Now you are going to work." "How can I," said the camel, "with this hump on my back?" "That's made a purpose," said the Jinn, "all because you missed those 3 days. You will be able to work now for 3 days without eating, because you can live on your hump. And don't you ever say I never did anything for you. Come out of the desert and go to the 3 and behave. Hump yourself." And the camel humped himself, hump and all, and went away to join the 3. And from that day to this, we call it Hump now, not to hurt his feelings, but he has never yet caught up with the 3 days that he missed at the beginning of the world, and he has never yet learned how to behave. The camel's hump is an ugly lump, which well you may see at the zoo, but uglier yet is the hump we get from having too little to do. Kiddies and grown-ups too. If we haven't enough to do, zoo, we get the hump camellious hump, the hump that is black and blue. We climb out of bed with a frowsly head and a snarly yarly voice. We shiver and scowl, and we grunt and we growl at our bath and our boots and our toys. And there ought to be a corner for me. When we get the hump camellious hump,